Welcome back, everyone. So, in this particular episode, we want to talk about the quality that will help us to be more generous in the month of Ramadan. And this particular quality is selflessness, where you prefer others over yourself. You wish to help others even if though you personally need help. And this is a particular story with the Prophet ﷺ, where a man came to him and he was supposed to be a guest of the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet ﷺ sent a messenger from among the companions to go to his houses to check if there is food. He would be able to serve that particular companion. And the messenger goes to every single house, he checks on it, and every single time he goes, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ would answer and he would say, I'm sorry, but all we have in the house is water.
Every wife.
Every single house. So he goes back to the Prophet ﷺ. He tells them, the Prophet ﷺ, of course, is not going to bring a guest over for this water. So he asks some of the other companions, and they're like, who would be able to, he tells them, who would be able to honor my guest? So one of the Ansari men, he stands up, he says, Ya Rasulullah, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of him. So he takes him back to his wife. And as soon as they enter into the house, he tells her that this is the guest of the Prophet ﷺ. We have to make sure that we honor him and entertain him to the highest level.
Take care of him.
So she answers him. She tells him, "You know, we only have the only food that we have is enough for our children. Like we don't even have enough for us and the children. It's just gonna be the food for our children." And he's like, "Don't worry, I have a plan." So his plan was that they would cook the food. They would continue. They would take longer in cooking the food until the kids go to sleep and they get tired and go to sleep. And then when he would go to serve the food, he would have the lamp on, and of course back then they didn't have electricity, so it would just be that one lamp in the whole house. So he goes and he looks, he acts as if he's fixing that lamp, and he actually turns it off and he keeps it off, basically assigning that like, hey, ran out of oil, something is wrong with it, it's not going to be able to get fixed. And they put the food in front of the guest. They put empty plates in front of them, of course the guest, because it's just so dark he can't see who has food in front of him, and they make noises in the plates to kind of make the assumption that the other that they're all eating. And then they finish, the guest is satisfied, he got his fill. They go back to the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ, as he's approaching, is smiling at them, and he says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was amazed and laughed at what you and your wife did last night. So you can imagine just the happiness on this companion's face. And the verse is revealed because of the action of this companion that says, وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ, until the end of the verse. But this particular portion of the verse, the meaning of it is that they prefer others over themselves, even when they themselves are in need. Like this companion had so little, but yet he preferred to give that to someone else, even though he himself was in need.
Yeah, man. And that's really the whole essence of charity, right? When we're giving, we're gonna give because we really want to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? We want to be selfless. We want to be there for others. We want to make sure that whatever we have is there for others as well. And that's really the whole point for all of this, inshallah ta'ala, guys. Make sure that you give. We only have a few days away from Ramadan, so give, and know and be sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give it back to you, inshallah ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.